Hey guys, welcome in this new video. I hope that all of you are doing great. In today's video, I want to talk about a very important topic that is rarely talked about, but that you must know about and that you must refine in order to really reach your full potential. So let's actually get right into it. If you're not subscribed to the YouTube channel, make sure you do that. I would truly appreciate it. And you can also leave a like under the video. That would mean a lot to me. Alright, so in this video, I want to talk about how to learn. Okay, how to learn. Now, if you guys have been following me for quite some time, or if you watch other of my videos, well, you know that I'm all about learning, right? For me, learning is so important. I mean, if you look at the top successful people in the world, right, especially in today's society, well, you know, it's knowledge society, right? Like the people who have the most knowledge, the people who are the smarter are the ones who rule the world, right? The people who are very smart, they are at the top, like the billionaires and all of that. Like all of those people are extremely smart. They are very wise and they know how to learn. So in this video, I want to talk about how to learn, because we always talk about the importance of learning, but I feel like we never sit down and really talk about how to learn, right? It's like in school, you know, like in school we are so like pressured to learn all these things, to memorize all of these concepts, you know, in different topics, but we are never taught how to learn. You know, like they are asking us to learn so much, but we don't even know how to learn. Like what are the tips and tricks that we can implement to simply learn better and see more success? So in this video, I want to give you guys 5 key tips that you can apply right now that will improve your learning dramatically. So the first one, pretty obvious, remove distraction. You need to remove all the distractions. Like it's crazy to me, like so many people try to learn in not a good environment. Like they are in the bus, they're talking to someone, they're eating, they're watching a video, they're listening to music, all of these things. No, remove all distractions. If you want to truly learn something, well, you need to be fully focused on it, right? Like you need to go dig down really deep about it and just like do this stack at 100%. That's the most important thing. You need to be extremely focused and put all your energy into what you want to learn, if you truly want to learn it and if you want to learn it faster than most people, because you know that's the goal at the end of the day, right? Like the reason why it's so important to know how to learn is because you want to learn faster than most people, right? Like we don't have unlimited times, you know, we have very limited times. So when you understand that, well, the goal is obviously to speed up the process a little bit. So that is the first tip, all right? Remove all distractions. Now, the second tip is having focus sessions. So what do I mean by that? Well, basically, you need to understand that your body cannot focus, you know, during hours and hours at the same high level of energy, all right? Like you cannot just stay focused on one task during the whole day without taking any break. That's not how your body works and that's not how your mind works. Okay, so you need to have focus session. Now, the recent studies show that basically 45 minutes around that would be the best. So what do? Well, you focus 45 minutes on something, right? On what you want to learn. You spend 45 minutes extremely focused and then you take a small break. Now, the problem is that when people do this, sometimes the break is longer than the focus period, right? That's obviously not the goal. So your break should be around 5-10 minutes maximum. You don't need more than that. So what to do during this break? Well, I don't know. You can drink water, you can listen to music, you can go for a walk, you can just relax. Like you can go on social media if you want. Like you can just do, you know, whatever you want. But you just take a small break from your focus session, and after that you restart another focus session. And I'm telling you, like this is really powerful, because if you try to just focus on one thing, you will just burn yourself out. You will blow all your energy at the beginning, and that's just not good. So, you know, the whole key with that is to optimize your energy, right? It's really important to optimize your energy for the better. And the best way to do this is to not burn all your energy at the beginning and just have focus session that you can last throughout the whole day. So, you know, if you can have at least few focus sessions per day, I'm telling you that is already very good. Now, you know, if you are just starting this out, if this is new to you. Well, of course it will be hard to do at the beginning, right? Like you will not be able to have like 7 focus sessions per day, but maybe that you will be able to have 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, right? Like as time goes on, you will get better and better. Like and I'll talk about this later because that's another point that I want to mention as well. But yeah, so have focus sessions. So focus 45 minutes, take a break, and you just repeat this process. The third point that is extremely key to learn something is to ask yourself a lot of questions, okay? You need to talk to yourself when you learn. Like it's really important. So when you read something, when you study something, you need to talk to yourself. Ask yourself a lot of questions, is this logical? Does that make sense? Do I fully understand what is written there? You see what I mean? Like you need to ask yourself those questions in order to confirm what you're learning, in order to see if you are actually getting the information. Because just like understanding something and really knowing something, 2 different things, right? Like you can understand that, for example, the market moves a certain way, but are you able to actually know and apply that information? 2 different things, right? Like it's really important that you go deep about it if you want to really become good at what you're learning. Like you cannot just stay in surface, you need to go very deep. And so the best way to do this is to ask yourself questions, to simply challenge your mind and just to see if you really understand and if you can re-explain what you're learning. And that is one of the best way, by the way, to know if you actually know something. And this is a quote from Einstein, and that is so smart. And he said basically that if you cannot explain something very simple, right, very simply, it means that you don't understand it enough, right? So if you cannot explain, something in detail, something that is relatively why are my screens? Okay. If you cannot explain something in details and go deep about it, but if you cannot make that simple to understand for a person that doesn't know anything about the topic, you don't understand it enough. That is a great way to know if your level of knowledge is high enough or if you still need to work on it. You understand? So that is one of the best ways that I've found to simply, as I said, improve your learning. Ask yourself a lot of questions. The fourth point that I want to talk about is that your mind is a muscle, right? You need to train your mind to learn. And that's what I was talking about a little before in the video, but you need to train your mind. Like, of course, at the beginning, when you will try to improve your learning process, of course, it will not be easy, right? It takes time to develop because your mind is a muscle. So it's like when you go in the gym, like, are you going to be, super fit after like 2 weeks of going to the gym? No. It will take months or even years to have a good level. Well, it's the same thing with your mind. It's a muscle. You need to train your mind to learn. You need to train your mind to be focused because, in today's world, and it also comes back to the first point that I talked about in this video, but in today's world, there are so many distractions, right? Like we have social media, people calling us, like, noise around us, like everything is always moving. Like it's really hard in today's environment to find, a moment for us where we can just sit down, think and learn. So that's the reason why it will also take time because of the environment, but your mind is a muscle. That's really important to understand. So, for example, the focus session that I talked about right before, if for you 45 minutes seems too big, well, maybe start with 20 minutes or 30 minutes, right? Like there's no fixed time, you understand? Like there's nothing like that is only like 100% true and the rest is bullshit. That's not how it works. Like everything is, it's not like white or black. There's a lot of gray into what I'm saying. So the focus session, if 45 minutes for you is a lot, well, reduce that amount. It doesn't matter. But if you start small and if you add up a little bit every week, well, at the end you will be able to get this 45-minute focus session, because your mind is a muscle. So you need to train the mind in order to be able to do those things. And the fifth last point that I want to talk about in this video is simply repetition, right? If you want to learn something, if you want to get good at something, you just need to repeat, right? Repetition over and over and over and over and over again. That's the key, One of the best things that I've been taught in school, I don't know if it was the same thing for you guys, but in my school, what the teachers were always telling us, they were saying like, start studying 2 weeks in advance before the test, right? I don't know if that's the same thing for you, but here in Quebec, the teachers are always saying that, you know, start studying 2 weeks before the test. And I was always wondering like, why 2 weeks? You know, why so long? What's the matter with that? Well, now I understand. It's because repetition is much more effective than trying to learn everything, you know, in at the same moment. Like you know a guy like this, right? In school, like we all had that dude who was trying to learn like everything the night before the test, right? Like, I mean, it's so common to see those guys in school, you know, and that's not really effective. Like the best thing that you can do is start early and they just learn a little bit, like 10-15 minutes. It doesn't have to be a lot, you know, and that's what I started to do, you know, later in my school, and my grades just went like straight to the moon. I mean, I was, you know, one of the best students, and you know, I was not even studying that much, right? Because if you guys know a little bit about my story, well, you know, at the same time of going to school, I was running a business, I was trading, learning how to trade, you know, just training my mind as well. Like I was doing a lot of things, you know, and going to school full time as well, college, but I still had really high grades. And the reason why is because I was really aware of how to learn, right? Like I knew what were those tips that I'm giving you guys in this video. I applied them and I'm telling you, like, it changed everything. I was not even studying a lot in terms of the time that I put in, you know. I was putting less time than other people and I had much better grades. Why is that? Well, it's because I know how to learn, you know. I'm very aware of that and I'm able to simply grab information really quickly because of those things that I've listed in this video. So those were the 5 topics, the 5 points, the 5 tips that you can apply in your life that can help you to learn better. I hope you guys got value from this video because, as I said, it's a really important topic and I wanted to share with you guys those tips that I've learned in my life and that really helped me to simply, you know, skyrocket my learning. So if you guys enjoyed the video, please share it around. I would truly appreciate it, and you can also leave a like under it. That would mean a lot to me. Alright, so on that, take care, trade with care, manage money well, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.